What's up everybody, DrizzyPuffs here, and I really want to talk to you guys about Mirror's Edge Catalyst. More specifically, what I really want in Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Me personally, I am a huge enthusiast for anything freerunning or parkour related. That explains why I like the Scout in Team Fortress 2 a lot, and why I played Dying Light and Shadow of Mordor. And Mirror's Edge is my honest-to-God most anticipated game, period. The second I heard of it, I legit prayed to the heavens, thanking God every single day. But also it created some concerns or needed features that I wish were in the game that were not announced as far as I can tell, or just not there. Mirror's Edge was the first game that did parkour well, especially in the first-person perspective, and it also had the philosophy of parkour. The first game was atrocious, but the mechanics and level design was awe-inspiring. I mean, it was so good that it created a huge fan base, me being one of them, that had everybody wanting more. Anybody who calls themselves a tracer or freerunner would live and die by this game, even though the length and the story of the game was really lax. Now, they are remaking Mirror's Edge and trying to strengthen its predecessor by improving everything. The movements, the story, the lore, the world you play on, you get the point, everything. From what I know, they are having it open world, focusing on Fate's origins, having time trial races scattered out the world, as well as collectibles, cooperative gameplay, and world puzzles. World puzzles are areas in the map where you try to use your parkour senses to get from point A to point B. But that's about it. Of course, the developers want to keep everything else hush, so they don't want to spoil things. Which, me personally, I am glad that they are doing that, but I feel like that they might have not added these gameplay features that I feel will strengthen the game. Now, the biggest feature I would like is parkour tag. Playing with friends cooperatively is fun and all, but sometimes owning said friend is even more satisfying. Just having small PvP maps to run around, implementing juke moves, and trying to outsmart my opponent using my environment can be pretty freaking awesome. I think a lot of real-life practitioners will love this feature. You don't even need a perk system or a skill tree. I think just having a character that you choose or create and trying to outmaneuver players will be all that you need for this competitive game feature, where it's all skill-based and not based on what are the best perks. The only thing the devs needs to really do is create a small map with a ton of verticality to really make this work. Another thing is mod tools. Now, if creating new game features or maps are not on the devs' agenda, then having the awesome community creating mods and game features will help lengthen the longevity of the game. And hey, maybe we'll have a better Brink game, laugh out loud. But no joke, I really like Brink. Now this is really key. They need to have an emphasis on the characters. What I mean by that is have a deep, rich story for all the main characters, which includes the villain. The villain needs to have depth as well as faith, so the entire story is based on the characters and their reasons for doing what they do and not stray from that. Even though this is an origins of faith, they really should not stray from that at all. I don't want it to be a superhero story where the main protagonist does things just because it's right. I want something like The Last of Us. Not exactly, of course, but something like that. Just like a James Bond movie, it's only good if the villain is good. I don't want a generic bad guy that is just evil. I want to know his motivations, his character arc, and how powerful and or dangerous he can be. If he's the type of bad guy that just says a few lines and walks away to have his goonies to kill you, it can be pretty boring. I want to feel like he can destroy me, or ruin my life. I want to feel like I don't want to be near him at all, but I want to love him and hate him at the same time. Kind of like how Joker is. Let's be honest, Joker is entertaining, but if you're stuck in a room with him, you'd sweat bullets. Or eat them. And Faith better not have lousy romance scenes, even though it's not bad to have romance in games. But Faith is portrayed as a focused individual who play no games. She is bad apples and gets the job done quickly and efficiently. She is independent and free-willed. If she is wooning over a dude like a bad Twilight movie, aka a normal Twilight movie, I will quickly be turned off. She can have camaraderie and a sense of loyalty, but not be head over heels over some man. I mean, come on, she don't need no man, gosh darn it. I want her reasons for doing what she does to be just and understandable. The feeling of, if I were in her shoes, I would do the same type of feeling. Cops versus runners, or Kruger security versus couriers. Now, everybody thinks of running away from cops when they hear parkour. That personally annoys me, but having it in the game would be acceptable. And what I mean by that is super fantabulous. It's another PvP game feature where players are Kruger Sec and are trying to capture the runners of the city, where you are pretty much playing capture the flag. Think of Spy vs Mercs in Splinter Cell Double Agent or Blacklist. The idea needs to be thought out more, but generally what I was thinking was the Kruger Sec are equipped with tasers and are defending the flag or whatever the item will be. The tasers are projectiles and have a short cooldown time, while the runners can perform hand-to-hand takedowns when close enough, and the security guard can perform hand-to-hand combat as well, but obviously to balance something like that will take some thought. But when performing melee attacks towards the security guards, it will stagger them but not eliminate them. But if you take them down from the behind, or an air takedown from the behind, or ledge takedown, it will knock them out temporarily. Now, of course, staggering them will leave them open for a takedown, but maybe we shouldn't allow the runners to have a combat system. Maybe we should have them rely more on running and getting away with the flag. I think this idea can go somewhere. On paper it sounds cool, but if it were in the game, I feel like that there could be balance issues. I don't know. What do you guys think about this idea? Let me know, please. Another thing is character creations. Now, if they are having co-op in the game, which I've heard, will I be playing as Faith, or are we all Faiths? In fact, is the co-op separate from the main story? If not, I think it should, so that way when I play this game, it's my experience and my personal investment towards the characters. But with co-op, I want to express my individualism by creating my own character I can be proud of and run around with my friends and transfer that same character to PvP matches, like stated previously, if we do in fact have them. Freerunners love expressing their individualism, in case you didn't know that. No grappling hooks. I personally love the grappling hooks in Dying Light, but it became apparent that it was super overpowered. You can easily get away from anything with a grappling hook and scale impossible heights with it in seconds. It will make us dependent on it, and it will make the movement system almost obsolete. Of course, you can say that I can just unequip it, but if there are levels where it's needed, I personally will be upset. Just don't have it. In general, having tools to help you traverse the city will lose my sense of immersion with the game's movement system. I want this game to be pure parkour, where I just use my body to get from point A to point B. Now, as far as I can tell, that's really all I want to be in the game. Maybe they already have this in the game, but we don't know yet. Of course, I would like to hear your thoughts on what should be in the game. Do you agree with me? Is there something that you would like to add to my ideas? Let me know. Also, hit that like button and maybe share this video with your friends, or mention this in the Mirror's Edge fan pages to let the devs know what we want. if you agree with what I said, of course. Once the game comes out on PC, I will be doing a full playthrough of this game and give you guys my personal opinion on it on my channel, so be ready for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace out, everybody.